Well, welcome to another Memphis Monday 325. I'm on vacation and I'm still at my brother's. Remember last week we worked on a sewing table. Well, this week we're going to fix a broken chair. It's looks like a glue failure, and but that glue failure's happened on other chairs, so I thought we'd kick it up a notch and maybe reinforce it so that we don't have that glue failure anymore. So today we're going to fix a broken chair. So get excited, knock off the chit chat, and let's get to work. Well, here's our broken seat. It's an oak chair. The glue failed on these two boards right here, and there's nothing to say that these two joints aren't going to fail next. So now we're not going to break this apart and redo it, but we are going to take measures to make sure that they won't break in the future. So our goal is we're going to take this thing and we're going to put it back up in place and re-glue it, and then we're going to put a brace underneath the chair. So I got the chair turned over now, and we're going to glue it back in like that, and then we're going to take some of this cherry and make us a brace. You won't be able to see it. It'll go across like that, and we'll put mitered corners on it, and we'll glue it and screw it in place, and that will permanently reinforce our chair. One of the things that the brace is going to do is going to keep outward pressure from pulling on these glue joints, because these legs, they tend to want to separate, and when that constant outward pressure when you sit on it is putting extra stress on these joints. So anyway, we're going to use some real good glue, and I think it'll be a good fix. Now what we're doing here is with some hand sandpaper. We're just basically getting the old glue off. We don't want to sand it heavy because we want those joints to fit back. You know, those joints were planed and milled and put together so they had a real good connection, so we don't want to mess that up. So we're just being careful not to affect the finish too much. Okay, what I'm doing here is applying some glue using Titebond 3, which is probably stronger than the stuff they used. You know, that's a guess because I don't really know what they used, but I've had real good luck with Titebond 3. Now it's a little chilly out here in shop. We've got a chilly day, so what I'm going to do is spread this glue on here and let it set for a minute or so, a couple of minutes, and let it get tacky. Okay, what we're going to do is we've got our glue up. It's set up a little bit. We'll put this thing in, and we're going to kind of hold it by hand and make sure it's lined up. Start our clamps. Okay, what Robert's doing right now is putting in that brace. Well, it's been a couple hours. Let's go ahead and take the clamps off and see how we did.
Okay.
Brace won't hardly be seen, but I'm going to go ahead and stand it anyway. So it'll stand out for anybody who does look at it. I can see I slopped a little bit around the edge here, but I think we can moderate that a little bit. Because remember, that stain is not going to stick to. It's not going to stick to wood that's already been finished. So there's our finished brace. It doesn't look, original equipment or anything, but it doesn't stand out like a sore thumb. What I'm doing here is putting a little polyurethane on here, because if I don't, my brother will give me all kinds of trouble that, why didn't I make his repair as nice as I made maybe some other repair. My brothers are. So I'm just going to put a little polyurethane on it. Now we were careful when we glued it up. We were careful not to disturb the finish at all. So should be able to put a little poly on it and make it look fine. Well, that'll about do it for Memphis Monday 325. We fixed this old chair. My brother told me it was about 40 years old. We got it working good and looking good. And I don't know, that might be a takeaway right there. When you're fixing something from somebody, remember, they don't care how hard it is to fix or how difficult it was or what problems you ran into. All they want is the thing fixed and looking good. And if you do that, that's a win. All right, I guess we're just about signing off for Memphis Monday 325. Well, that about does it for Memphis Monday 325. Today we fixed a broken chair. The glue joints failed. The wood wasn't in real bad shape, so we were able to simply sand it down a little bit, stick it back together. We installed a brace. Kept it nice and clean and put some additional finish on it. But I think overall it turned out pretty good. So like, favorite, share, all the stuff you do on the internet. And most important, make sure you're back here next week for another exciting Memphis Monday. Thanks for playing along.